Greetings, hi, TheWarOwl greets you, and welcome back to the road back to Global Elite. Due to my propensity to get matched up with unsavory characters, I decided this time to bring a friend instead of just pure solo queuing. Maybe this time my social experience wouldn't be so terribly bad. In our first game of the day, I was greeted simply with, "It's the retard," by someone who turned out to be my teammate. Our teammates, with the exception of my buddy Osmium, seemed to lack even the most basic of social graces. They hardly spoke a word the entire game. Nevertheless, I continued to give callouts and be respectful. It was the only way I was going to get through this match. One such infuriating aspect was the reluctance to handle the bomb in any way. Many times they would take a site, leave the bomb, and refuse to go get it. So I would do the only sane thing and just go get it myself, despite being the clear top fragger on the team. So this round is mildly interesting, so why not talk about it? That initial Molotov appears to be to block off players pushing A main, so that we can throw our smokes. But notice 3 people go into the palace, which I found a little bit strange. Somebody called and said that they were going to smoke off the jungle area, so I thought, I will throw the companion smoke to that. This smoke will block off the stairs, and it'll make it easier for us to take the site and then plant the bomb. So I lined that up, and pretty much our guys say that they're going to be going right in, so I throw it almost immediately. Notice I'm still the only guy here at A main, which is a little bit scary. I flash my own guys out as well. Now, this player, Geo there, tended to play that position. He played it like the last 2 rounds or something like that. So I already knew that he could be there, and I think he even killed me from one of those positions. It may have been... I've only died twice, it appears, so it may have been one of the times I died. So I'm obviously going to peek that position. Had to deal with it in the past as well. I re-flash over my teammates. I'm kind of playing a support role right now. It's kind of odd for players to all come out of Palace, though. Oh, and also it is smoked off, so they're kind of assuming that we're not going to be pushing A main as a result of that smoke. I guess they all got out Palace, so that was actually, it worked out nicely just because that smoke is down there. Now, notice that they haven't found the other player playing there. Actually, none of the CTs have gone down. Only one of our players have gone down. For some reason, he went mid. I guess he was going to play lurk. Doesn't make sense for him to do this. Let's look at the map right now. What could that other player have done instead of walked over at middle and then just died? I guess going through here and going through underpass would have been nice, because he could come out and push here and kind of help us out as well as give intel. Could be able to hear where the movement of the CTs are, the guy at short and all that stuff, to tell us what's going on inside of A. Keep in mind, this is a team, this player in particular who got picked at mid, didn't have a microphone. He didn't speak the entire game. And the other 2 guys, except for Osmium, who's the guy I queued with, just kind of screwed around with the microphones and said really weird stuff. So it was kind of just me and one other guy playing this game. And then they could still frag, so I guess it didn't turn out as bad as it really should have been. Here we go. So I look at the player and I kind of pre-peek him there. I kind of pre-shot because I knew he was going to be there. On CT side, guys, don't just sit in the same position over and over and over and over again, because the other team's going to figure it out and learn how to deal with you. You got to mix it up a little bit. A little bit obvious there. As well as no CTs in position to really do anything. Kind of told me, yeah, he's probably pushed forward. So we push out. The smoke goes down for the companion. It's actually a little bit off, which allows players from the connector. I just kind of try to spray this position down here. Didn't hit him at all, apparently. I didn't know that until watching this with X-Ray, the player at jungle, because I did know that there was someone there. Get some calls from the teammates, and right now in my mind, because that player went down behind us, I know somebody's flanking, so I get in position and easily pick the player off. All of these kills that I'm getting are not due to being a better shot, they're just due to game sense. Alright, now notice these guys, it looks like they're actually getting ready to win an eco. We're up 7-1 right now. I think this round they saved. And they've already picked all of the players except for me and my buddy. He's able to pick off both of the players over there on that side. And the final player, because I know my teammate went down, was CT Spawn. I think he was trying to plant. As you can see his dead body there at the plant position. I know the player is CT Spawn, so I'm in the position where in my mind is, bombs down, we need to get this planted, we have 1 minute and 5 seconds left. That's plenty of time to do anything. I could even run over to B. A lot of times in this situation, you don't know where this CT player is, right? He's at CT. He could rotate over to B or something like that. I could just grab the bomb and go to B. But because we have a player over there inside of jungle, who I think is watching, thinking he's going to go flank, I just wait. And I'm telling my teammate, like, he might be CT over and over again, just so that I'm not going to act until my teammate comes over and helps out. I think he's waiting for a flank. It never comes. If, in this situation, you can see where he is, but in hindsight, you can see where he is. I don't know where he is, but I know he could be CT. If I grab that bomb and try to plant, more than likely he's going to peek out and kill me if I don't have somebody watching my back. Even if I have someone watching my back, I'm a sitting duck for that period of time. So, as my teammate comes over, as soon as the flash goes down, I decide to peek out. So I'm using that flash. Flash actually didn't hit him. I'm grabbing the bomb, and then I decide I'm going to plant on the other side here. And can't find the bomb plant. A little bit awkward. Decide to go back into the site, and he gets the pick. So I'm going to hop in game here and discuss what went wrong with my reasoning of planting that bomb on the other side of the box and why it didn't work. I actually made a huge mistake. Let's briefly go over planting positions on A site Mirage. Now, the first thing you should know is that the minimap lies. Trust no one. The red part on the minimap is supposed to denote where you can plant the bomb, but it's not actually right, so just ignore that red part. Now, you can only plant if you're visible from CT, save for something I'm going to show you in just a second. So let's talk about the standard planting positions right here. You're not visible from jungle or connector or the stairs. So this makes it kind of an ideal planting position when you're holding off CT. In the situation we were in, CT was where the bad guy probably could have peeked. So this is not the right place to plant. If I had decided to plant right here, he would have peeked and killed me. The next place you can plant, it doesn't look like you can based on the minimap, is right here in front of this box. You can't plant anywhere in this box. You can't plant back here. You can only plant right here. Now this is still visible from CT, so it wouldn't have made sense, but just think about this position. It's visible from CT, it's visible from jungle, from connector, from stairs, from Tetris, from A main, pretty much everywhere except for the palace. So this is a good place to plant if you're gonna watch the bomb from Tetris here, or if you're gonna watch the bomb from A main. So that would really be the benefit to that. It's a risk-reward thing. So you're visible from everywhere as you're planting it. You should only plant here if you have full control, but it pays off in the long run because it's kind of the best place for the bomb to be to prevent a retake, unless you want to sit inside a palace. So the next spot, which was what I was looking for here and just couldn't find because I'm a noob, was right here. You can plant on the other side of this box. This is where I should have planted. You're not visible from CT, and you can watch it even from short. So let's say you have, for some reason, I guess in this situation, it would have been a good place to plant right here. You can't plant anywhere else here, which is what I was looking for, except the very corner. So if you plant right here, you can watch it from A main as well, from Tetris. It's a really nice spot. You can also watch it with an op from way over here. So if you have an opper for some reason at short and you've planted the bomb, all he's got to really do is know where that bomb is in case they smoke it, and just hold it from here and you have like a guaranteed win, even with an AK over here. So getting the bomb down right there is actually really nice. So here's an instance where we push into bomb site A and I plant in the standard plant position. So I'm carrying the bomb. We decided at this point either me or Osmium were going to carry the bomb. And I just go plant standard even though CT's not smoked off because I have so many people watching it, I should be fine. I'm even okay just letting myself be bait so they can get the pick. The moment of death is nigh. Ignore the weapon that I'm using. I tried to buy a Negev on the last round and I clicked the wrong one. I didn't have enough money to get anything else. I'm that stupid. So, we have two players, an opper at short A and a rifler at bench. This is pretty much as standard as the CT positioning could get when you're pushing into B, so I should be aware of what's going on, but no! I leave myself exposed from that opper. You can see how easy that is right here. Not even watching it, not keeping track. When you're pushing into bomb site B, you have to keep track of those common positions and make sure you have intel about where those CTs are so you're watching it. Also notice the really quick CT rotate in here. We moved into the site a little bit slow, and this round was a disaster. However, I was looking for things that I did wrong on this half, just because, and look at the scoreboard, I went, what is it, 16 and 5 for the half, which is actually ridiculously well, so yeah, very good T side. Lately, my biggest trouble has been with pistol round CT side. I'm having trouble with the USP. I used to feel like I could shoot it well, so let's just check out what's going on here. As we go to our slow motion replay cam, it's clear the issue is just with my aim. On the first shot, I move past the target and shoot, and on subsequent missed shots, I shoot before even moving the crosshair. The first shot was just a standard miss. That can be improved by practicing more, but the other shots show a clear problem, something I need to work on. I'm clicking too soon. It's not coordination between my left hand and my right hand as I previously thought. It's all in my right hand. I just need to click at the right time. I'm clicking as soon as I decide to move the mouse instead of clicking as I pass the target or as my crosshair moves onto and stops on the target. I redeemed myself later on an eco by getting 2 USP kills, which is really nice for an eco. That's a lot of economic damage done. 1 versus 1. The bomb is planted. I need to find the terrorist before I can defuse.
Behind the site.
Your left, your left.
Behind the site.
Yeah, to the left. Shut up when people are trying to clutch, for crying out loud. All in all, while I seem to perform well in this game individually, there are plenty of things I could work on to finally get that global elite. Again. The thing I'm proud of, though, is keeping my cool the entire game, being respectful and giving calls and drops to people who are openly debasing me for their own amusement. Honestly, in my opinion, when you give in to negative thoughts, you're going to perform worse. It seems so obvious, but while you're playing, don't focus on the bad, the screw-ups, the people insulting you. Just focus on the game, having fun, and celebrating when you do well. After the game is the time for reflection. I learned a lot watching my own demo. It's even better to have a screen capture like I do, so you can find out exactly what went wrong and right. You won't be able to see it in the demo. So you can like slow it down like I did with those pistol shots, something you can't see with the naked eye. Naked eye, that's oddly erotic. What I'm trying to say is, think positive. I'm TheWarOwl and I still have no closer. Or global elite yet. If you want to know the score so far, I've played 5 games since starting the road back to Global Elite. 4 were wins and 1 was a loss. Technically 6, but the 6-0 doesn't count because they're already all banned for cheating.